Well, a little earlier I spoke to our film critic James King, and I began by asking him what he makes of David Cameron's announcement.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a little bit of when an armchair football fan says of the England team, oh, they should win more games. Well, yeah, of course they should. Of course we want more British films to be big hits, but it's not quite that easy, is it? You know, there's not a magic formula. And I think actually filmmakers hearing this so-called advice from someone who's never worked in the film industry will actually find it very patronising.
And I guess there's a real danger, isn't there, that creativity, you know, in the desire to put it crudely, put bums on seats, creativity could really be stifled.
Yeah, exactly, and I think there's been too little emphasis placed on creativity today, and it's interesting that the King's Speech has been mentioned today a lot as a film that, you know, didn't cost very much but made a huge amount of cash. Well, that film wasn't made as a blockbuster, it wasn't planned out as a blockbuster, it was created by a brilliant director and writer and great actors, and because it was creative, it went on to really capture audiences' imaginations. Creativity is really important, it's not just about the cash.
And that being the point, very difficult to identify a film in the early creative stages that might turn out to be a blockbuster.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's a little bit of, it sounds a bit corny to say magic, but there is a little bit of luck and magic involved in the film industry. There isn't a magic formula, unless you just want to make endless Transformers films. You know, there is an element of surprise. The King's Speech was a surprise hit. Slumdog Millionaire, a surprise hit. And it's interesting that those films have been mentioned today, but, you know, no one could have predicted that they were going to be huge. You can't predict surprises. That's the very nature of them.
Stripping it right back to the beginning, where does this leave wannabe filmmakers, people who are starting out in the industry, who are trying to break into what is a very, very difficult career?
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a great time for first-time filmmakers. If I was 20 years old trying to make a movie now, it would be tough, especially as we've lost the Film Council recently. But, I mean, trying to be optimistic, I hope that old cliche comes into play, necessity is the mother of invention. You know, in tough times, sometimes artists create their best work. So, fingers crossed, that's the best we can hope for.